Hi everyone, welcome back to the cooking channel. In today's video, we're going to make some peanut butter cookies. This recipe is pretty quick except for the 3+ hours that you have to wait for the dough to cool in the fridge. Knowing this, let's get started by laying out the ingredients that you'll need for this recipe, as well as some helpful utensils and tools. So for this recipe, you will need a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 cup or 8 tablespoons of softened butter, 1 egg, 1/2 cup of sugar, 1/2 cup of packed brown sugar, 1 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour, and 1/2 cup of peanut butter. All of this recipe can be prepared in one bowl. You'll also want some measuring spoons, a small fork, a couple spoons, a knife, some way to form the dough. You can also use a spoon, a spatula, a cooling rack, and an ungreased cookie sheet. Alright, let's start off by mixing the white sugar, the brown sugar, the peanut butter, and the melted butter together. Next we'll add our butter. And here's where that spoon comes in handy to mix it all together. Next we'll add our 1 egg. Once those ingredients are all mixed together, our next step is to add in the flour, the baking soda, baking powder, and salt. So let's start out with our 1 1/4 cup of flour. Next we'll add our 1/4 teaspoon of salt. We'll also go ahead and add a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. And we can also add in the 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. Once your dough is finished like this, go ahead and take a Ziploc bag or a container that you can seal, and we'll pack it away in the fridge for at least 3 hours until the dough has a chance to cool. Once your dough has rested in the fridge for at least 3 hours, you can take it back out of the fridge. This is where we will need our baking sheet, as well as our cooling rack and our spatula, and a way to make the dough into cookies. So we'll take our dough, once you have the dough in a 1-inch ball, go ahead and place it on your cookie sheet. Here's where you'll take that fork and press it horizontally and lengthwise to create a crisscross pattern on the top of the cookie. Then you'll repeat that with the rest of the dough. Once your cookies are pressed out, the last thing to do is to set your oven at 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Go ahead and let that preheat, and then we'll plop these in the oven for about 10 minutes until they're nice and toasted. Once the cookies have cooked, you can let them sit on the tray until they cool a little bit, and then transfer them to a cooling rack. Here are our finished peanut butter cookies. I look forward to trying them out. With that said, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up, and if you haven't done so already, subscribe down below, and I will see you in the next video. Totally.